Hello, Facebook, YouTube. Today I want to talk to you about, the reality of our heart, the reality of the power of our heart desire. You know what I'm saying? Our heart desire is really the most powerful uh, thing in our life, in how we think. What we will become will be based upon more of our heart desire than it is more than what we know and what we, you know, have knowledge of. Our heart desire will find a way of trumping, the knowledge in our mind. And the problem with a lot of people that live in negativity is most of the time they desire negativity, and that they don't realize it's not so much about you are a negative person. No, everybody has negativity. Everybody, including me, everybody has negativity. But it's a matter of how much we desire negativity to what shapes and makes the kind of person that we are, that we must come to that understanding. And that's what King Solomon was talking about. Keep thy heart with all diligence, because out of it, will flow the issues of life. I mean, because more like he's saying, your desires that dwell in your heart is going to produce, the outcomes of our life concerning to what we desire to do or what we desire to be. And people are not really respecting that reality, what King Solomon is saying, because they will they will do wrong things and find a reason, a way of desiring this wrong reality, and will stick to this because that's what they will only want to find. They will only find wrong ways of doing things and not trying to see if there is a right way of doing things, and that will produce a right life. And that's what we're supposed to be on the quest to find the right way of doing things. And that's what really wisdom is all about. It's another definition of wisdom is the right application of knowledge, or a right way of applying knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That we must learn if we want to we make right decisions on how we do things. But guess what? What you're supposed to understand concerning King Solomon too, that God asked King Solomon, what does he desire? Does he desire, things of this world? Does he desire people of this world? What do you desire? And King Solomon said, I desire wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And God, of course, granted, that and all the desires in the world. But the whole idea is the lesson that we got to learn from this, request of that God gave to King Solomon, that wisdom is supposed to be something that's desired. There's no such thing of a really dumb person, that doesn't know nothing. Everybody, thinks that people really dumb. No, well, what really makes a dumb person is a desire to be dumb. Is a desire to not want to learn more than what you want to obtain. That you need to attain for most people. You need to learn this, you need to learn that, because if you don't learn this, you won't be able to accomplish that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, that's what the power of our desires of our hearts will is that's what makes that we need to understand that is important. This is the most important thing of our life, of how we desire things concerning our heart, because we can desire the wrong thing and get and end up in a wrong result. You get wrong, desire wrong, you get wrong results in life. And people face hurt and pain and disappointment like, well, this is the kind of person that I am. And wrong, try again. There's positive, if there's negative things inside you, there's also positive things inside you too. You know what I'm saying? You can't be talking about, look at things like, this is see, the thing is, I'm learning more about lust and the ideal of it. I'm finding out that when people lust, what happens is they start shrinking. They don't realize what they're doing. They're shrinking their view of what they desire to do. They shrink it. They don't, they get so close-minded in what they want and desire in life, and they like, I want this, I want this, I want this, and I want this, like not, but I don't want that, and I don't want that, and I don't want that. That is not this. See, I don't want that. That is not this that I want, and they think that this is the only idea of the only idea that things can only get right. But I just got done talking to a person at the store, a friend of mine, Maya, I think her name is Myra, and I asked him, did somebody ever come up to here and purchase a lottery ticket and say, I want the right lottery ticket? Did they wanted the right lottery ticket? Of course, she said no. And I said, well, they won't get it. But here's the thing, I'm not trying to encourage, lottery tickets, and, don't put your trust in uncertain riches. I'm not encouraging, never will encourage that idea, because it's wrong. But the thing is, the ideal of it is that because you're used to doing things the way you want to do it, you will, I'm holding this thing. You will, box out everything else. Your desire got you, this closed mind, and you just, I only know how to do it this kind of way, and I want to do it this kind of way. And look happens, you're looking in darkness when you're in closed minded. My eyes are dark. You can't probably barely see my eyes. And that's what people don't realize. When you develop your own desires of what you want to do, the kind of way you want to do. But what if the answer, when you're so closed-minded and all that, what if the answer is right over here? It's right over there. And he's like, no, it's right over here, because I've been finding out answers in a long time. But you're in this bad position in your life. You know what I'm saying? That you caused a lot of problems concerning your desires, that you putting wrong things in your system, that is shrinking your spectrum of looking at life. And when you do that, you will really, become your own worst enemy. You start thinking that I know the right answer. And that's what happens to people, and that's what creates fools, I believe. And all based upon a desire, and that's why people have bad issues. They have bad issues because of bad desires, of thinking of ways of how to obtain things, according to the way they want it, to think that they're going to get what they want. And wow, it's a dangerous spiraling viewpoint. Dangerous spiraling. It's going to a dead end, really. And you don't know when you're going to hit the dead end, or hit the brick wall, because you're going to hit a brick wall and you're not going to see a brick wall there because it's dark of what direction you're going because of your desires. And desires are just dangerous. Desires can be dangerous, and we make desires dangerous because our viewpoint and what we desire and what we want. But the thing is, when we start putting the right desires and the good desires in there that we know that is good, that's going about us doing good to people, doing good and listening to people, or being a good person, is the right, correct desires to have to, accomplish things in life, or find things to accomplish things that we have to come to understand, to accept, to find the right thing. Because the thing is, a lot of people are saying that the world is bad, everything's bad. Yeah, you got a right to think everything's bad. If bad has something to do with darkness, of course everything's gonna be bad, in your little, dark place. You can't even see nothing good like this, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much darkness. And it's light out here. It's a bunch of light out here, and it still thinks something bad. Because when you got this kind of desire like that, you know what I'm saying, that got you looking at things like that, of course life is going to be terrible, and of course, and there's no good things out there. No, there's no good things out there from my standpoint, from my viewpoint, that's how we look at it. And it's like, it's a foolish thought. But I just want to, bring my universal, equation to this message, that here's the thing. Your spectrum is on a speck. This, I call the earth a speck, It's really smaller than a speck, but I'm going to just call it, or call it smaller than a speck. There's a universe out there that is unmeasurable, that is full of so much room, is ridiculous to measure. That you're not allowed to create your own reality and your own viewpoint and your own way of looking at things when there's a universe and space out there that's unmeasurable. You have no right, to, think that it's only from your viewpoint, and I'm going to desire to look at things from only my viewpoint, and that's it, and that's final. That's an incorrect viewpoint, will always be an incorrect viewpoint. Whether you want to believe that it makes a little sense, I call it, some things make a little sense, maybe end up to nonsense, because look, we need all our senses in our body. Well, the number one sense we need is the spirit, of course, to illuminate us to the true reality of where we're at. And the thing is, that is my universal, portion of this message. But get back to the desire. Desire is our desires. The power of our heart desires create our reality. And if our heart is not empowered to see things right, we're not going to see things right. If our heart is not empowered to see things, not wrong, if it's empowered to see things wrong, we're going to only see wrong. And we are going to make wrong assumptions to how we look at life around the earth. People never been around the earth, and they still think they know about this world. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy that is. But don't let your power of your desires of your heart determine, what's reality. Go question and go ask for reality, to understand that there's more to you than more to your mind than anything else that exists in this world and in the universe. All right, that's the message. I hope you got it. Hope you understand the power of your heart desire that can shrink everything like that, and the power of taking off the blinders and understand that there's a universe out here. But yes, you're just in a speck. All right, to God be the glory, to him forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.